About people with funny names. Okay. You already know it because you've heard before. There was a king, and his name was Nebuchadnezzar. And I'm really glad that's not my name. It'll take you forever to write it down. Okay? And Nebuchadnezzar was a real bad guy. He got angry a lot. And he got this idea one day that he was going to build this giant gold statue of himself and make everyone bow down and worship him. So whenever they played music, they had to bow down and worship this gold statue. Or, if they didn't, they got thrown into the fiery furnace. Yeah. And burned up. Yeah, we're getting there. There were 3 guys King Nebuchadnezzar found out. They had funny names too. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. And I don't want any of those names either. And they wouldn't bow down and worship the statue because they worshiped God and would only bow down and worship Him. Nobody else and nothing else. Okay? And the king called them in and said, hey guys, you're going to get in trouble. I'm going to throw you in the furnace if you don't do it. And they said, you can throw us into the furnace. We're not going to bow down and worship anything but God. So he got all angry and he had the furnace made 7 times hotter than normal. And he threw them in. And what happened?
What happened was he didn't burn because he had faith.
Yeah, they didn't get burned because God protected them because of their faith. Okay? Now, I want you to meet my friend Hank. The handkerchief. Okay? And Hank isn't a Christian yet, but he wants to be. Okay, so he accepts Jesus as a Savior, and to show everybody that he's a Christian, he wants to be baptized today. Okay, so we're going to baptize him. Okay? And we're going to get it good and wet. Fortunately, when you get baptized, you don't float like this. Hank does. Okay? So we're going to get it good and wet. So now, he showed everyone that he's a Christian. He's got baptized. Okay? Now, does Hank look any different?
He's wet.
Yeah.
Wet.
He's wet. But you'd get wet if you were dunked in water too. Okay? Now, see what happens to Hank here. If I get my lighter started. I have a lot of problem with lighters, don't I? Look, Hank is surrounded by fire, just like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. But look, Hank is fine. His faith protected him. Okay? Now, okay, in a minute. You gotta listen to the end first. Okay? Now, does that mean that Christians can go and jump in fire and not get burned? No. Okay? What it means is God's gonna protect our heavenly bodies. Sometimes He protects our earthly bodies. But sometimes even Christians get sick or hurt or even die. But God promises that if you believe in Jesus and accept Him as your Savior, you're going to get to go to heaven and He'll protect your heavenly body. So that's the important thing, is to make sure you're believing in Jesus, because then your heavenly body's protected. Okay, we will make Hank light up one more time. You want to go get what?
It's going to get too hot. I want it.
Okay, go get your cousin. I'll get Hank wet.
I think I got a new way of recruiting that.
Is your cousin coming? No? Okay.
No, not yet.
They probably can see it from over there.
You're trying to feel it.
I can feel it.
Yeah. You're going to have the hair in your arms.
As long as I have fingers on my hand tomorrow, I'll be happy. All right, here we go. One more time.
Fire.
There he goes again.
Oh no, Hank!
And he's still okay. No,